I was a stepmom for a number of years, and when my ex and I split up, they were his boys, and I missed being a mom. I had a large house, I had empty bedrooms. I decided the best thing to do was just do foster care.
When we first came to the house, I was kind of excited because it was big, and it was like, I thought to myself it was a mansion because all my life we lived in like a small little house. So when I went there, I was kind of excited and happy, but my brother and sister were crying because they were like, it's a stranger, but I was all, nah, I think it's gonna be cool. So I calmed them down, and then we went inside, and it was awesome.
The kids came to me with a CASA. She was very helpful. She was in communication with their grandparents, which is where they were living prior to coming to me. So she was able to get a lot of their belongings and transport them back and forth, and the kids knew her. They were very comfortable with her. And then I believe she moved to Los Angeles. And when she moved, we got Ed and Lisa right after that.
Our advocate supervisor knew that Ed and I worked on sibling cases together. We had before. And so when this case came up, she immediately called and asked if we'd be interested in taking it. My little girl is Riley, and Riley was about 9 years old when we took the case. And Ed had two boys.
I had Alden and Kovey, who were real cute kids and real good athletes and liked sports, so we had a lot to talk about.
I was kind of on my own. The foster care didn't really give me a lot of resources, and they were there to help me and support me just as much as they did the kids.
The children were still adjusting. They were still having visitation with their parents, but it wasn't consistent. So it was hard. They were struggling in school a little bit. We advocated for tutoring and some of the other needs that became evident.
About 2.5 years is when it was pretty clear that they were not going to be going back. And I was given the opportunity. I was asked, do you want to keep them, or do you want to have them be put up for adoption and have somebody else take them? And at that point, there was absolutely no question.
In the case of Jessica, you have a mom who was doing foster care, basically fell in love with her kids. And when they needed to have a safe and permanent home, she gave them that home.
It's not easy for these children to be removed from their homes. They had to learn to trust again. They have to learn to accept the love again. And we got to see that happen with these 3 children. And the foster mom was very caring, and her unconditional love really made this all happen.
They really have completely filled a spot in my heart that was empty, that was just a void.
First, when I just thought that she was like pretty cool. And then she adopted us, and then I started to love her.
It means a lot. Having a big home, having a family that I know that I'm not going to get taken away from.
It's a good place that we're in now.
Every month, there's 20, 25 new cases, and we must continue to grow and serve those children.
It's scary how few foster families there are, and it's scary how many kids are in the system. And it's impossible for the social workers to be able to keep up with and maintain their huge caseloads, and having somebody there to help to subsidize that a little bit and help the kids themselves, it's incredible.
If it wasn't for the community members stepping up and committing to become CASA, we wouldn't be able to function.
There's 2 things that we need right now. Number 1 is we need volunteers. We can't do the work that we do without our volunteer force. The second thing that we need is financial support. When you donate to CASA, you're directly impacting the life of a child. We use those funds to provide the support that is needed for all of our volunteers to become strong advocates for the children. With the community's help, we will continue to serve every child who's been a victim of abuse and neglect.